To me, it's simple. I go and learn and then I come and share with you guys. So I've been learning Easy Equity, how to buy shares. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we talk about how to buy stocks, how to use Easy Equity, how to use the demo money that is given to you so that you can learn and trade yourself. And then I'll show you how to analyze. Let's go to my laptop. First thing that you need to do is to create your Easy ID, and then you do go and select your country, and then after selecting your country you go to the next step, which allows you to create your profiles, to select your profile. So your profile can be an individual, a company, or even if you're creating for your kids, then just make sure that you will do the verification for them, and then you go ahead and select your username that you want to use when you log in, and you enter your email address, the passwords as well. Make sure that you keep your password safe, and also you can remember the password, but do not worry if you forget. You can always do a password reminder. So when you're done, you will also add your personal details, and that's your name, your title, gender, and all of that, and your mobile number. So go ahead and do that as well. And then when you are done, you will go to the address part, because they need to know where you stay, and so that maybe if there's any statement that needs to be mailed, you can do that. And then when you go to your KYC, so KYC is used to protect financial institution against fraud, corruption, money laundering, and terrorist financing. So this is important to do. We must all do this so that we can be protected. And then the next thing that you need to do, you need to upload your verification document, your ID. So you just click start, and then it will ask you to upload your front ID and your back ID. And then when you're done, you will wait until Easy Equity approve your account. First question is, what is a share? So I do have a video that explains what is a share, so you can quickly go to that video and then watch what a share is. But then in simple terms, a share is when you buy a portion of shares and like for a company. So you basically own a piece of a company. So for example, let's say there's a bank in South Africa, something like Capitec. If you want to be part of that company and if you want to be one of the investors, you can just buy a share. So I know that the company might be worth a lot. All you're buying is just a small portion. Depending on how much you spend, you can just buy whatever portion that you want. I mean, if you start having over 50% or 60%, and then you start making decisions in that company, they will never have a meeting without alerting you or without involving you, because you own majority shares in that company. So now, what is Easy Equity? Easy Equity, it's a platform that allows you to buy these shares for different companies. So different companies will come and register and then list the shares in Easy Equities. But then these shares are not only listed in Easy Equity, you're actually buying these shares that are listed in JSE. So for people who are not in South Africa, so something like your stock market in your specific country, you can use something like Easy Equity to buy those shares. So in South Africa, we use Easy Equities. We don't only buy shares, we can also buy crypto, we can also buy, there's also Easy Properties as well. And then we can also buy USD shares. So there are companies that are listed but are not in South Africa, so we can also buy using Easy Equities. So let's start with the top part of this environment so that you familiarize yourself, because I do not want you to struggle when you come to this environment. It is easy, guys. Trust me, it is easy. You just need to navigate a bit and you will understand. When you go to account overview, you see your total money that you have in your account. For example, I have 300 Rand. This is the money that I've deposited yesterday, and it has reflected, and I can start buying shares. So I will simply go to invest now and then select the type of share that I want to buy. If I want to buy ETN or ETF, then I can choose that. You can also buy crypto, but they haven't listed crypto in Easy Equities. And then let's continue to the next one. And then when you click invest now, it will list all the equities, ETNs, ETFs, and then you can just search for the one that you want. So for example, I've clicked watch list because I want to watch what's going on with Capitec. So whenever this share price goes down, that's when I'm planning to buy, because now it is high. I cannot buy, and it is one of my favorite shares or equity that I've found so far while doing my research. So when you go to Equities, it will list all the companies that are listed, and your Anglo-American, you can see your AB, InBev, and then you can see more. And depending on what equity you want, you can select, there's a subcategory tag where you can select. So there are those which are on the top 40. So when you click here, it will only list those that are top 40. So Thrive is just a bonus points that you can do every action that you do. For example, maybe they'll say post something on social media, and then they will give you points, and those points will end as maybe something that you can use to pay for fees. Let's move on to ETF and ETN. So ETF and ETNs are actually cousins, so they work together. But then in simple terms, just think of shares that are bundled together, something like your SP 500. It is a share that it is a group of shares that are bundled together. So the nice thing about ETFs or ETN is if one company is not doing well, you don't suffer because the other companies might be doing well. And then crypto, already you know more or less about crypto, your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that exist. And then baskets and bundles, that's something more which you do not need to worry about. But then I will give more. If you do want to know more, I can respond on your comments. So if you do have any question, just respond. Just ask me on the comment section, then I will answer your question. And then let's go down so you can see the categories. So there's vehicle and parts. So something like your Toyotas, there's banks. So the banks that are listed in JS in South Africa, and then there's beverages, your Coca-Cola, and there's companies, there's building. And then when you navigate even more, you'll even see more of these companies. So there's food producers. I'm sure it's your Checkers where we buy our groceries. And also, that's all you need to know about this bottom part. Let's move on to refer and earn. So refer and earn is when you create your Easy Equity account. So I'll put a link on the description, and please do note that when you use my link, I do get something that I will use to pay for fees in Easy Equity. So that's the nice thing about it, so that when I accumulate money on my referral, that money can be used to pay for fees. So you can do the same thing. After signing up, you can just go to refer and earn. I think I'll record a separate video because it was difficult for me to get my referral link. So I'll record a short video to show you how to get your referral link in Easy Equities. And then let's move on. On the left-hand side, you see the menu. Then on the menu, that's the account overview, and then the new listing. And then if there's a new listing on JSE, it will show here. And then my investment, it will show what you have invested. And then if you sold something, it will show there. And then the pending instruction, say you buy a share during maybe on weekend, and then the stock market already has closed, you cannot your transaction cannot be processed, so it will have to wait, and then you can get your confirmation of the share that you bought when the stock market closed, so that pending transaction will sit here. And then my funds, so yesterday when I bought my when I deposited my money into Easy Equity so that I'll be able to buy, I went to deposit. So let's just go there because this is something that you need to know. And there's two options. You can either EFT or use your credit card. So I use the EFT one. So when you click EFT, at the bottom, you'll see there's different types of banks that you can select. If using Standard Bank, you can just select Standard Bank, and then it will give you the branch, the account number, and the reference. So it is very important to include your reference because then the money won't go into your account if you don't include it. And you cannot use net bank banking details only to find out you're using Standard Bank. So you need to select your bank and make sure that you include the reference. So the fastest and easiest way to buy is obviously using your credit card. So with your credit card, you just enter your details, and then you select the amount of money that you want to pay, and then you enter your credit card details, and then you deposit into Easy Equities, and then the money will appear immediately. So there are slightly more fees when it comes to this one, but I also prefer using this one because there is a charge of 160 that you would need to pay for the convenience. So now that we know how to deposit, let's move. Withdrawal is when you want to withdraw, and then you can use that as well. And then here's an exciting thing that I want you guys to know about Easy Equity. Okay, before I go to the demos, because that's what I want to show you, let's just go to TFSA. TFSA is like your tax-free accounts that you can use. So you can also come here. Easy Equities USD, it's your shares that you can buy, but that are based overseas. So when you check as well, this is the account number that you will need to deposit to, and then the money will reflect as well. But then I'm sure using a credit card, it is better than going through this deposits and using your Swift codes, and it can be complicated to deposit. So my best advice is use your credit card to do this part. And now let's move on to demos. So I use this demos. So this is money that is given to you for you to practice, for you to familiarize yourself with the environment. And then once you know how to do this investment, then you can go back and deposit money into your real account and then start buying shares. So what I did, I started buying shares using this demo account. So this is not real money. So when you click demo account and go to account overview, you'd see that I already bought something using that, and I am left with funds to invest is 93,000 and I use 6,627. So what I bought is these funds that I've bought, and then you see those funds as well. And then if you want to see what funds you bought, you can go to view holdings, and then these are the two companies that I bought shares. So I went and bought close to 3,000 rand, and then when you look at the profits and loss, you see that I have made over 343.76 cents. But then on Capitec, I am losing on Capitec. So you need to do your research before buying and buying. But then this is what I have currently in my portfolio, and this is money that I can withdraw if it was my real money. But now it is not my real money. And then when you go here, you can see how much you made. You can see your funds to invest. If you want to buy more, you can do that, and then withdraw money. It will show you how to do the process of withdrawing. But then I am not allowed to withdraw because this is a demo account. So now you see, but then with your real money, you can see, and then you can see your pending instructions. I already talked about that. And you can also see your transaction, say, for example, where did you buy the share and what was the balance carried down. So you're all accounting with and tax and demo money, but do remember that this is demo money, so you can play. I think this helped me to understand Easy Equities better. Now that you know how to use Easy Equity, and let's just go and buy my first real share. So I went and did investigation and checked and did my research on what shares I can buy. I do like Capitec Bank, but then I don't have money to buy more. But I can still buy Capitec share and just buy a small portion, even if it's not one share, just a small portion. So you go to your Easy account, Easy Equities, funds to invest, your real account, you go to invest now. And then when you come here, you must select equities if you're buying equities. If you're buying ETNs and ETFs, you will select whatever you are buying here. And remember, I said crypto, they don't list anything. So that's why we don't have much on that. So if you want to buy crypto, then do go to my comment section. You will see I'll have a referral link that will lead you to Binance or crypto.com. And then you can use that to buy your crypto. But for now, we are on equities and shares. And then now when you go to top 40, it will list you those top 40 that are doing well, and then you can select whatever you want to buy. So for example, let's go to Mr. Price, so I can show you how I actually analyze if a stock is a good one. So this stock, it's actually selling at 193, and then buying, you buy at 193, and then the last price. So it's not so far, because some of these companies, when I select, you will see buying, it is actually way more. So what I do when I come to something like Mr. Price, if I want to invest there, I will just go to 3 months and 6 months and 1 year and see how the graph is looking. So when you go to 1 year, you can see that Mr. Price did go down sometime September, actually August 2020, it was 115, but now it is starting to go up. So I can say this is a good share to buy, but looking at 6 months, you would see a clearer picture to see when it dipped. And then you can also see if now is the right time to buy. And it looks like it is a steady graph that's going up, even though sometimes it dips. Let's go to 3 months, then we can see exactly if it is going down, because you want to buy when it is down. You don't want to buy when it is high. So it looks like it is a good company to buy shares from. And then you can also look at 1 month, and then you can see, I think this is the right time to buy because it's not at its high, at its peak. So I think I will buy Mr. Price. But then let's go to other shares so you can see what else we can buy. Food produce, because remember, I got an advice that if you want to work with, if you want to invest in something that will never go away. We will always eat food, and this is the right place to invest in. So let's look at Tiger Brands, because we will always buy food. There's no way that we won't eat, and it is part of top 40, which is a good thing. And then at the moment, it is going way, it is up. So, and the market is closed. So I can also buy one of this share, but let's look at the graph that won't lie to us. For the whole year, it is going up. And then let's go to 3 months and see if it is at the bottom for us to buy. So I can also buy Tiger Brands and also Mr. Price. So that's all you do. That's how I analyze it. And then as soon as I know more, I'll record a video to teach you even more technical analysis on that. And then you can check other companies, your Vodacom, your banks, and at the moment, I think Capitec is doing quite well. But I do not want to influence your decision. You need to do your own research, because I am not a financial advisor. You cannot take anything that I say. I'm just advising and sharing what I'm learning. So let's go ahead and buy my shares. And then, as I said, I'll do Tiger Brands. Okay, I want to compare with RCL Food first before we go far. So RCL Food, I'll just do 1 year. Can you see something like this? It's not a stable company. It goes up and way down. So maybe this is the right time to buy. But then I haven't heard much about RCL. So I'll stick to my Tiger Brand because I want a consistent growth. So, okay, so these two stocks I'm buying is Mr. Price. I'll buy one, and also Tiger Brands. So let's start with Tiger Brands. So you can see how to buy, and then the market is closed now. The transaction that I'm going to do now is going to go into pending. And then let's just check where to invest. So all you do, you just put the amount or you put the number of shares that you want. So I'll just say I want one. So when I click one and I say once off, and then it will show me the cost of how much I will pay for that one share for Tiger Brand. And now because the stock market is closed, and as you can see, the market is closed, so I will process the payment now, and then after, when it opens tomorrow, then my transaction will open. So let's just buy so that it can say buy when open. So when you're done buying, you will see you get a certificate that says you now a shareholder in Tiger Brands. So this is the certificate that I will get as soon as I have. And then you can just share if you want to share. But let's go back, because now I'm left with 81 Rand. And then let's see if I can buy Mr. Price. Yeah, I'll just go to invest now. When you get really confused about this, just go to invest now. And then I'll go to equities. Then I can search. It's easy to search sometimes. I said Mr. Price. And then I will click Mr. Price. Unfortunately, it is higher than the amount of money that I have. So I cannot buy Mr. Price. I have to look for something that is cheaper, or buy next time when I have money on something that I can buy. But guys, you do get my point. You do know now how to buy a stock and your share on Easy Equities. It is that simple, guys. And I hope most of us can start buying, because these are the shares that will go up. And do remember that on the 28th, SAB shares Zenzele Gabili are starting to come out. And then I'll record a video to show you how to buy as well. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you did find value on this video. And I hope you do subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for getting me to be monetized. And please don't skip those videos. Please don't skip those ads, because I do need the money to upgrade and buy sound and buy better computers and buy better cameras so that I can record better videos for you guys. Thank you so much for your support and enjoy your day.